the 95 Libyan nationals who were arrested at an illegal military camp in Mpumalanga are appearing in court. Let's now cross to my colleague Aldrin Sampier. Aldrin, a very good afternoon to you. What's happening right now?
Well, the visuals that you are seeing, good afternoon, Avuyo, are the visuals of the 95 Libyans who were arrested on Friday on that alleged military camp, which is in White River, Pebbles Farm to be specific. There are 3 trucks that have arrived with these individuals. That is the first crop that has just gone in to that courtroom, where the court appearance will be taking place. Remember earlier on, the point that we've been raising as well is the logistical issues around fitting all 95 of them inside that particular courtroom, also considering the size of that courtroom. Vuyo, but earlier on as well, we tried to speak to some of these individuals who are in the truck through the windows of the truck about what has happened, what do they make of this, and from the little that we could pick up, unfortunately we don't know Arabic, they kept on saying, I'm innocent, and some person was also speaking about being a security officer, and remember that on their application, this is the visa application, they said on that application that they are here to come and study, this is now for security training, to study for security training in South Africa. However, based on what CIRA has found, which is the regulatory body of the private security industry, they said that the company and the academy has gone a step further than what they have been accredited to do. And here you have these individuals now who have been arrested, and they will be appearing before the magistrate any moment from now. I just quickly want to throw to a bite from the interview that I had a bit earlier on with the spokesperson for the NPA here in Mpumalanga, and just listen to what Monica has to say about the decision that has been taken by the NPA.
I can confirm that the National Prosecuting Authority has received the dockets regarding the 95 Libyan nationals who were arrested last Friday. At this stage, the prosecution has taken a decision to prosecute all 95 Libyan nationals on a charge of misrepresentation of application in their visas. That's the only charge they are facing at this stage. So when they appear today, they will appear on that charge, and the matter will be postponed for further investigations. And further investigations will indicate whether more charges will be added against the accused.
And that is the spokesperson of the NPA, Monica. They're speaking about the decision that they have taken for now at least. It is still the contravention of the Immigration Act. A bit earlier on, officials from the Home Affairs Office had told us that if that is the only case that they would be facing, there could be a possibility that it would be led by Home Affairs. But here you have a decision that has now been taken by the NPA that they will go ahead with prosecution, and also the possibility of more charges being brought against these individuals. Remember, the other point also that the NPA is making is that this is the misrepresentation on that application that they have made. This is in Tunisia, in Tunis, because the NPA is insisting that they were actually a part of military training. If that is the case, once again, why has no charges been brought against the trainer as well as the owner of the farm? The police are saying that the investigations are still continuing. Let's just quickly listen, though, also to what Ian Cameron had to say. This is the portfolio chairperson of the Police Committee of Parliament. When I spoke to him earlier on this morning, he spoke about some of the lapses when it comes to crime intelligence and some of the hard questions that they will be asking the senior management of SAPS.
But obviously there's a huge question mark regarding state security and what their real capacity is. What have they done? I think there are a lot of unanswered questions. We need to try and understand what the loopholes were that they've gotten into. We've already made contact with the head of CIRA, the security regulator, to try and also see what the possibilities, or rather the loopholes were that they may have slipped through there.
It's extremely worrying that if this really was a military training base, specific military training being done for specific military purposes, then I think that is where we would not necessarily just ask one department to answer, but possibly even several, and get everyone into a room and then ask the questions that are difficult to ask.
Well, certainly not the end of this matter. We are considering that there will be these questions that will be asked by the Portfolio Committee. They have said that they're already in conversation with CIRA to find out exactly what has taken place here. CIRA has said that they're not speaking to the media anymore. They issued a statement yesterday saying that for now, the investigations are still ongoing. So now we wait and see how this is going to unfold and whether any charges will be brought against these individuals, any more charges will be brought against these individuals, including any other individual who may be involved in this alleged military camp.
Now, at the weekend, Aldrin, both the Minister of Police and the National Commissioner indicated that they had discovered other things, but they were not prepared at the time to divulge any information. Any word from them since?
We don't have that information as yet. We're still waiting to see exactly what it is that the police say that they've discovered on the scene when they arrived there. One of the issues, though, that was raised was, for instance, the weapons that were discovered there. But remember that the police commissioner, Afani Masemola, had said that those were actually licensed legal firearms that were found on the scene. There were also the issue of cocaine, drugs that were found on the scene. The police the last time told us that that cocaine and the drugs have been taken in to the lab for testing, and now we're also waiting to find out what the results of the lab results are and whether or not the NPA once again will be pressing ahead with further charges, as per that soundbite that we played a bit earlier on from Monica, who's the spokesperson for the NPA here in the province.
There were, of course, allegations as well that these guys were not kind to the community. Then there were even suggestions that they may have committed any crimes. Do we know if any members of the community have now come forward with further allegations?
Well, we went to the community late last night because remember that we were told that these guys would sometimes come late into the evening and they would be part of the community, go to the taverns and so forth. And what we got are some conflicting reports. Some of the people that we spoke to spoke about how friendly these gentlemen were. All they were doing, as per what has been relayed by some of these community members, is that they would come into the community, sell their clothes, sell their blankets, sell their shoes and apparels so that they can make some money, and very cheap at that as well. One of the nicknames that they've been referred to is Zara, and that is in reference, of course, to a clothing franchise which also operates in South Africa, and that is because they were selling clothes to the local community. And once they get that money, and someone actually described it as though it almost seemed that they were desperate. They get the money and then immediately after they're getting the money, they'll either go buy food, either cigarettes or even a dacha that they want to buy from the local community members. And remember also the dacha that are making reference to, the police also said that they found some of those items on the scene. There have been complaints about them terrorizing the community, but later on Channel 405, we'll play you a video of these individuals actually having fun, having a jolly moment with the local community members at a local tavern.
Aldrin Sapir, let's leave it there for now. Aldrin, of course, keeping an eye on that story for those 95 Libyan nationals appearing in court.